Hey church family, wanted to reach out to you today and to talk with you via video because we thought it'd be the best way for you really to hear our hearts and our plans that are coming up for the next few months. And so if you would just take some time and join us in listening to this information. 2020, as we have said many times, has been interesting. But 2020 has allowed us to be creative in how we worship and in how we minister to others. Video has allowed us to meet without being in the building. Video has allowed some of you who are at higher risk to still be part of worship. Even when we began to worship in person, for you to continue to join us by video. Video has allowed people who have never visited our campus before to begin to worship regularly with us. I met someone in the dentist office a couple weeks ago that she came up and said, "Oh, Pastor Chad, I watch your service every week. I don't miss it." And I'd never seen her before. I get emails from places like Arizona and Ohio and lots of other places thanking us for our services. And so video will continue to be part of our service moving on. Even now we're investing in new equipment that will make the worship experience better for those watching online. Creativity led us out to the baseball field this summer. What fun it was to do one service with plenty of room to social distance and worship together. And many of you thanked us and said, because it was outside and because of the distancing, you were comfortable coming to church. And so many of you have asked that we would do it again next summer. We hope for a few weeks next summer, we'll be back out on the field, all worshiping in one service together. But fall is upon us, and it's time to move inside. And we're still under stage 4 of the Idaho plan, which requires public gatherings to be at least 6 feet in distancing. And we're committed to following the biblical instruction to comply and respect and honor our leaders as long as they're not asking us to sin or subvert the things of God. And they aren't. I explain it to people this way. They have for a time changed our allowed occupancy. They don't mind us meeting. In fact, from the very beginning, Idaho deemed churches essential. They've just temporarily changed our occupancy requirements. Years ago when we had just one service, we began to push the occupancy that was set by the fire department, and we wanted to have more room to invite others to come and the church to grow, so we went to 2 services. It's a healthy thing when a church has more people than it can seat. Essentially, the state has changed our occupancy in this stage. And so what do we do about it? In the spring, after we reopened, we stayed at 2 services, but we asked you to make reservations ahead of time, either for the 8:30 or the 10 o'clock service. We could only have an occupancy of about 70 and comply with the distancing parameters. And others of you, many others, watched online. But as we thought about moving back into the building for the fall, that just didn't seem right. It was just heavy on our hearts that we would do that again, because essentially what we would be saying is, we're full. We would be turning people away, and that weighed on our hearts. We don't want to be a church just for some. We don't want to be a church that turns visitors away. We believe God wants us to continue to grow, and we will continue to expand video options, but we also want to be able to expand in-person options as well. We're also sensitive to those of you who are compromised or a bit nervous about coming inside to the full sanctuary. So we believe God is leading us for a time to 3 Sunday morning services. And starting this week, we'll have an 8:30, a 9:30, and a 10:30 service. This will ensure no need for reservations and plenty of room to comfortably socially distance. We'll also be increasing our airflow in the room through our attic fan, and our cleaning staff continues to be vigilant in the work that they do. But for this to work, it's going to take all of us working together, because we believe you, like us, want to gather in worship to ensure those that are hesitant to be comfortable and be a space that welcomes new people to join us. All of our ball field services this summer were about 50 minutes long. They've been a bit shorter because we haven't been physically taking an offering, and we don't do our 5-minute greeting time. We have had our children's corner, though, out on the ball field. So moving forward, our 8:30 and our 9:30 services will be about 50 minutes and won't have children's corner. Our 10:30 service will be about an hour because it will have children's corner. It will be in our 10:30 service that we'll have our children's church and Sunday school hour for the kids that are 4th grade and under. We have some great teachers who can't wait to be back for all of us to be together, and they're excited about that. If, I just say this, we really believe that God is going to bless this time. We have some more instructions for kids. If you'll hang on a little later, Carly will tell you about that. But we believe God wants to bless this, and we believe that you can help us. If you were normally part of our 8:30 service in the past, just keep coming to 8:30 like you used to. If you were part of our 10 o'clock service in the past, if possible, we're asking that those of you who don't have kids, 4th grade or under, participating in our children's program, would you come to the 9:30 service for now? And then we're asking those of you that have kids, 4th grade and over, that are part, or 4th grade and under, that are part of the Sunday school and children's church time, to come to the 10:30 service. So, if you're an 8:30, just keep coming to the 8:30. No kids in the children's program, come to the 9:30. You have kids in the children's program, come to the 10:30. This will also leave our 10:30 service for visitors who tend to come to the latest service, but it also makes room for guests and visitors to come to any service, and it provides extra space for those more hesitant about inside gathering. Now, because the services are 50 minutes long, it's going to take a quick turnaround, and this is how you can help us. Please try not to enter the building until 10 minutes before your service starts, and this is going to help not be a distraction out in the foyer to the service that is going on. We also have some dismissal instructions, which I'll share with you in a little bit. Now, the reason that we chose this format, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, those are easy to remember. But putting the services close together also allows our greeters, our safety team, our worship team to be on campus about the same amount of time they were in our old schedule. And we wanted to honor the time that our volunteers give us. Now, for those of you watching by video, we'll probably be recording our 3rd service and sending it out. We hope with higher speed internet in the months to come, we might even be able to send it out live to you. I'm excited. You see, we can face these temporary requirements with frustration, or we can say, God, help us find new ways to be creative. Open up our eyes to places. Help us bring the kingdom to give people hope. I think these could be great days. Now, some of you said, oh, does this mean you're going to shave your beard now that we're back in the building? No. The deal was we had to be back in the building without restrictions. But I will confess that I'm looking at this time as a time of opportunity, not restriction. So just maybe, I might break out the razor. Thanks for watching. We've got a couple more instructions. Carly's going to share about kids, and then I'll come back and talk a little bit about sanctuary and dismissal instructions.
Hi guys. As you'll see, our child check-in station has moved to our new welcome station. We're really excited about this because it's going to open up the area and give you plenty of room to all line up and get your name tags. It's the exact same child check-in system that it has always been. So if you're a regular family, you're going to come type in your last name just like always, and it'll print your name tag. If you're new or visiting family and you aren't in our system yet, we're going to ask that you fill out your information on a clipboard for this week. We'll make you a temporary name tag for your kids, and then by the next time you come, you'll be in our system, and same thing, you can put in your last name and it'll automatically print your name tags for you. We're also excited because we just got news that coming in the near future, likely by the end of this year, they're going to release an app where you'll be able to check in your children even from the parking lot or while you're on your way to church, and the printer will automatically print your labels and your name tags will be here waiting for you. This is a feature that we will be using during our 10:30 service when we have children's programs, including Children's Corner up front during the service, and then Children's Church directly after Children's Corner. When we dismiss from Children's Corner, kids, you are going to meet your teachers right here in the foyer. So don't run right back to your classes. Meet your teachers here in the foyer, and you'll be dismissed by class to your classroom. We're doing this for 2 reasons. 1, you guys have new classrooms this year that I'll show you in a minute. And 2, it's going to help us stay socially distant in the hallways. Parents, you can pick up your kids from the classrooms, which I'll show you in a minute. If you're here for the 10:30 service and you have a child ages 0 to 2 years old, the nursery location has not changed. When it's time to dismiss the children to their classroom, we ask that you bring your 0 to 2-year-old here to the nursery. It's been newly remodeled, freshly painted, and there's some new fun toys here. This is where you'll bring your kids 0 to 2 and where you'll pick them up after the service. If you're in preschool, kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade, or 3rd and 4th grade, you guys have a new classroom this year. We're all the way at the end of the hall of the school. If you're in preschool or kindergarten, you're going to come down the hall and turn left. And this is going to be your new classroom. We have chairs and tables socially distanced and plenty of room so that you can play with plenty of space between you and your friends. If you're in 1st and 2nd grade or 3rd and 4th grade, you're going to come down this hall and turn right. This is your 1st and 2nd grade room. There's lots of desks, and we ask that you sit every other desk to make sure that you have plenty of room between you and some friends. If you're in 3rd through 4th grade, you'll be all the way at the end of this hall on the left. This will be your room. There's also desks in here, so make sure that you sit every other desk so you're distant from your friend. There's also a bearded dragon in here, which you can look at, but please don't touch. It does not like when you touch its glass. Parents, these are the classrooms where you'll be picking up your children at the end of the service.
So we want to remind you what it looks like in here as we move back into the sanctuary. You'll notice that half the chairs have been removed. Every other row is gone in order for us to provide the distancing opportunities that we need to. So when you come in, you'll find a seat, and we're asking that families, if you live together with a family, sit with them for sure. But in between, we need the 6-foot distancing, which is about 3 chairs. And so, as you can see, if you'll come in to try to find a place, there might be people obviously who already be sitting here. And so you'll take a look. I see there's a family here, a family of, let me scoot over here so you can see. This family sits together, we welcome them, and but where you've got, looks like Roger Harding here, there's 3 seats in between. So when Janine comes to church, she'll come in and she says hello to the family of 3, greets them. She says hello to Roger. We think Betsy will probably be with Roger, but she's going to look 3 seats down and find another spot. So once again, if you can do all that you can do to help us make this process move smoothly, but it's also a great way to say to those who are a little uncomfortable coming inside for the first time, this is going to be a place where you're going to be comfortable. With our 3 services, there's going to be plenty of room. And so we'd love to have you come and be a part of Sunday. So we only have 10 minutes between services, and this is where we're really going to need your help, because I know you want to stay around and visit. Some of you want to be able to leave right away. So here's what we're asking you to do. After the service is over, would you exit through this door in the sanctuary, the door that's near the kitchen and in the hallway for the bathrooms. That way people that are coming in for the next services, they're able to come in and make their way to the sanctuary. If you're wanting to leave right away, we're asking you to go ahead and make your way all the way down this hallway and turn left and leave out the school entrance next to the school office. If you're wanting to stay around and visit a little bit, the room right off the kitchen that we call the cafeteria, that's going to be open here on your right-hand side. I'm going to try to be there as well after each service to greet you and to visit, and that's a great place to visit while other folks are getting ready for the service. These are exciting days as we go into some areas we never had to, and we just think God is going to bless as we try to use our resources and our time and our talents to speak into his kingdom. So see you Sunday, 8:30, 9:30, or 10:30. We'll be here all 3. You could come to just one or be watching on the video. And would you just be in prayer this week that the Lord would come in a powerful way and meet us as a church family?